I'm Sophia Hilton for Diva Professional Styling, and today I'm working with the Hot Pod. Now, I'm a huge fan of heated rollers in setting, but I've got two main problems. One is that often I find my roller isn't hot enough, and also if it is hot, it's too hot to hold. The one thing I find with this is that I can heat them up individually. They get to such a fantastic heat that it will hold the curl in really well, but it's also incredibly cool on the outside, which means I can touch it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to set using just the large ones. Now we've got the option of large and small, so we can use a combination or just one of each. But today, because I'm actually just after a loose movement and something really casual, we're going to go for large in a whole set. We're going to brick bind it, and the first section, instead of going back like we might normally, I'm going to go forward so I can get a little bit of lift up and around. I've taken a rectangle section at the top of the head, and I'm going to section out the front. Now everybody starts differently, some people want to start at the back and some people want to start at the front. I think the front's where I need the most hold, especially if it's a shoe. So I'm going to start at the front this time. It's really important to remember as well, we have prepared this hair well. Then I'm going to take my roller, comb it up, twist it around, and roll it all the way in. Now in the box you get clips and the big grips that go over the top, but I prefer to use a pin, so whatever you prefer. You slide it down the hair, get some grip from the hair, and then push it back into the root. And then continue the whole head. Continue putting the rollers in all the way around. As you can see, we've got 3 in the same direction and the rest are just brickwork. And we've gone with the large rollers all over because we're going for volume and movement over curl. Good way to know when they're ready is to have a look at the little indicator on the side. When it goes into the pod, it's going to be a black colour, and then it will go red when it's hot. And then what I do is I watch this indicator, and as soon as it starts to cool down, it fades down and down and down until it comes back to a black colour, and I know that they're completely cool and they're ready to take out. Now we've taken the rollers out, what we want to do is just loosen it up. So I'm going to get my model to just flip their head upside down. And I'm just going to run my fingers through and gently soften it together. And a nice little tip is just to get a little bit of hairspray. Spray it onto your fingertips. And then just rub it through at the root there, just to give you a little bit more volume. And then flip back. Beautiful. And see how it wasn't curl we were going for, it was just some movement, just some texture. And believe me, my model's hair does not do this very easily. But it's fantastic. Really easy to work with. And there we have it. Beautiful movement, beautiful texture, nice and easy. So for my second look, I want to go for something a bit more set. So we're going to go for a vintagey, more traditional look with a set. So for example, if we were to take the front section here and take it back, that could give you a nice wave that stretches back. But my preference would be to go forward so that I can get a little bit of lift at the front here and then sweeping back down, which gives you that really cool vintage look. Maybe on this one we're going to use the medium and a lot of small because I really want a lot of structure to it and I want it to be really set. So I'll take a tiny little bit of hairspray. Now we prep this hair with a lot of styling spray and we've blow dried it out so it's really nice texture to it and it's going to hold. Then I'm going to take a medium, and because she's got a lot of flyaways and a lot of smaller hairs, I'm going to start from the middle end, twist it flat, and then hook that in. Personally, when I set, I don't use my tail comb a lot, but if I just need it, just for those last pieces, that's when I will. And then I like to use a pin. Slide it down the hair and push it next to the scalp. So the next section, I also find that on one side to have a little bit of direction, a little bit of pushback really helps. So I'm going to put the rollers in on this section forward as well, but there's a difference. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the hair back and then wrap the roller in. So what's going to happen is the roller is going to be placed actually off base, which means you're going to get that stretch there. You know that lovely vintage look where it's flat and then you get the curvature in? That's what we're looking for. So taking a section from the mid-length, give it a twist. If you want it forward. But if we're going to set it back, hold the hair backwards, twist it in, twist all the way, and then your clip right back there. We're going to continue the whole head and I'll show you the rest. I finished my model in a brick wind fashion in the back, and now I'm going to take the rollers out carefully. One of the great things about the rollers is because they're so hot, they do keep hot for a little bit longer. So what you do is you brush the hair in one direction, and you brush the hair in another, and you start looking at the behaviour of the hair. And there we have a quick, easy to do, glamorous vintage wave.